That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. First down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now. To throw on second down is Newton. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Offense faces a 3rd and medium with 6 yards left. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And that is incomplete. Fozzie Whitaker was the intended target, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And now out come the Patriots. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. The wideout, Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the under the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do.
And that's caught inside the 35. Brady and Edelman hook up for a big one. And even 40 yards. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good. Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Blunt, the lone running back. Now a play fake. Brady. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot.
Yeah, when you've had that much success.
Work out, it is incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. CD, wanted to get your thoughts just on the landscape of the offseason for each of these teams. Super Bowl in the rearview mirror, but so much going on. People look at the draft a lot, but there's a lot more that goes into the offseason for these front offices, is there not?
It certainly is, and then even before we get to the draft, you start with the combine. You know, that's held in Indianapolis every year, and you have about 350 of the top prospects coming together to get their physicals and interviews and on-field performance, and all that'll get evaluated along with their game tape. And then you've got the free agents, all right? That starts, I believe, in early March, where now the free agents can start moving around to different teams. So your team's starting to take a little bit of shape there, free agency, because then the draft's coming up. You're trying to put your team together with new draft picks, have everyone start to move in one direction, and then you have the OTAs and minicamps to get to see them on the field for the first time. And we start to get a better idea of how these teams are going to look when the fall begins. With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help. It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers defense gearing up as they take the field. And they dug down last drive on 4th down, got the stop on their side of the field. You play defense, Charles. How huge is that on this drive?
Can't even really quantify it because you're talking about field position, momentum, that element of feeling like we're the tougher team, because when you stop someone on 4th down, in a sense you're imposing your will on the other team, and that's exactly what they did, and that should permeate through the rest of the ball club.
Yeah, now who will impose their will on this drive? To throw is Brady. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski, and it's 3rd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude.
Incomplete. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that one incomplete. Had some position, but couldn't hold on. Now they're going to try this again. It's another fake. Yeah. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Thomas Davis. He's the one who finally gets him down for what will wind up being a loss of 16 yards. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed.
And it's intercepted. It's the safety. Set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Here's Andy Lee now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
Flushed out right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Danny Amendola, that was the intended target. 3rd down here. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more? Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. They have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types
is they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
Well, when defensive coordinators game plan to put pressure on a quarterback, they often want to use blindside rushes, and that's exactly what they did there. The cornerback gets to him and drops him.
And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on 3rd down.
5 defensive backs. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got Bennett. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. A big play there for the Patriots. 34 yards. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the football, worked so hard to get his feet down inbounds, tried to do the toe tap. My dad's an accomplished tap dancer. I'm not sure he would have gotten his feet in on that one.
Is he really? By the way?
That he is.
How about that? What about young Davis?
No, it did not. It did not cross.
It didn't carry over.
No, it stopped right.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. The penalty is declined.
Now Newton on 1st down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Corey Brown. A little lull in the action here to go over an offseason storyline. It's kind of interesting. L.A. a couple years ago, they have no teams, and now they're going to have 2 with the move from San Diego to L.A. What does that mean for the Chargers?
It seems like an easier transition, doesn't it, than St. Louis when they moved back to Los Angeles.
Less culture shock.
Less culture shock. Less,